poetry can be a very good thing to read if you're a non-reader. Right? If you're a non-reader, read poetry, but you want to read, right? So there's some non-readers, and they never care to read anything. They don't care to improve their reading. They're cool with how they're non-reading. But there's a lot of people that I know that are like, man, I wish I could read more. Well, you can, and I think you should start with poetry. One reason why I think that you should start with poetry is because poetry is so dang short, right? Poetry is so short, and you could get through a poem just like that, and you've read something, that has literary merit, literary value, something that an author has probably spent a great deal of time trying to perfect, trying to find the right words, trying to find the right structure, trying to find the right techniques to convey that message to the world. And so that's one reason, because they're so short. But another reason is that the language is sensory based on most instances, right? It's sensory based, so it's not like some abstract thing. So if a poet wants to express hunger, a poet's usually going to talk about someone's grumbling their stomach, their muscles waning, their shakiness in their hands because of the lack of nutrients, the eyes that have discolored because of, or the skin that's discolored because of the great hunger that they have, that kind of thing. So it's imagery is used much more in poems than other types of text, which means that since imagery is used, which means it makes it much easier to comprehend, to pick up some of the things that the author is laying down, because it's geared toward the senses, and if you can sense it, you likely can connect with it much more easily than somebody just saying love, instead of painting sort of a narrative or images of what love looks like. And that's really what poems do. They talk about what life is like, in terms of what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell, what you touch, the feelings that you have. That's really what poetry is all about. And so if you're not a reader, or at least if you don't read often, I do recommend that you read poems, because poems will make things accessible to you in such a way where you just become one with the poem, and you learn how to live life through that poem. That poem has the ability to kind of touch areas of your life that you otherwise probably wouldn't see. So read, if you have any interest in wanting to read, start with poetry. That's all I got for you. See you in the next one.